Welcome to Snack Talk, where real people have real talks with real snacks. I'm Mindset here with MB Sites, Ad Bacon, and Dubai. Um, but before we start, what's everybody snacking on? Starting with myself, I got the popcorners. I got that white cheddar. About to make something happen with this.
Everybody got popcorners.
Hey, we can listen.
Another game.
I'm a little healthy myself,
Got that sweet chili.
with some water. That's what I'm doing.
That sweet chili here for
Keeping the word too.
that
But
sweet chili talking about.
Look, it's nice to me from talking real nice, real sweet and sweet and chili. Can't even get it out on the tongue, real nice. And do that to you, man. Bite your tongue.
so
Crack them things open, Fawn. Stop playing with the
listen,
people, man.
I can't crack them things open and be a host too at the same time.
Crack them things open, Fawn. The people want to know your reaction to these popcorn.
This is the first time, yo. This is the first time I'm eating these for the first time.
Right here, right now.
Right here.
Yeah,
now.
come on, man. This is world premiere, man. You need more than one, bro. You just can't have one. There you go.
Get
They
in
don't
there.
like them. They don't like them. They don't like them.
No.
You got some things right over there. They my favorites. They my favorite right there.
Swing them.
A young gripper. Yeah.
Delicioso. That's good. Shout out Mr. Hotspot.
No, it really is good though. I like it. 130 calories too.
Oh, here we go.
7 servings per container.
Oh, here we go. Come on, let's all read it together, y'all.
Never know. You enlighten people. They be like, well, that's 130 calories. I'm going to try some. Never know. But anyway, since we all got that out the way in the snacks, hopefully I can try to contain myself from going in there all day. But so the topic that we all decided to discuss on was the protests. Do we all think that protests are necessary or don't we? And I know some of us are going to have our own opinions, but starting with myself, everything that's going on right now, I do agree with the protest. I truly believe that this protest, out of all the protests I have seen in my lifetime, I think this is the big one. I think this is the one that the protests that are going around in the world, I have never seen anything like this. Like, I have never seen anything like it. And I think because of the injustice that we have seen, this is definitely necessary. But I'll get back to that. But what do you think, Nick, MB, aka MB Sites?
What I think about the protests, the whole situation. First off, I think the protest is necessary. I think the riots is necessary. I don't think the looting is unnecessary. I think if people want to get their point across and riot, they should attack city buildings, not private, like small like barbershops and small mom and pop stores and things
Brick
like
and mortar stores.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that people are doing that and stealing from their own people. I don't mind the whole like breaking the statue out in Philly, or going to City Hall, causing a little riot, protesting or whatever the case may be, because you got to make a little noise to be heard. But I do not agree with the looting, the mom and pop stores, hurting people, hurting your neighbors and things of that nature. I don't agree with that.
So you said to be heard, you have to make a little noise. Do you disagree with the peaceful protests? Do you think those are effective?
I don't think, see, you asked two different questions. I think they're necessary. I think peaceful protest should be the way we're being heard if we go peaceful protest. But if they're not listening, you got to make some noise.
But nobody really gave him a chance.
Cap took a knee 4 years ago. What changed? That was a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
What happened to him? He lost his job. He fought in court for a couple years. They gave him a bull showing. Oh, here's 24 teams that's going to try you out at a disclosed location. And they didn't even send out real scouts. So you can peaceful protest all you want, but if nobody listening, you will never be heard. So a little riot can go a long way, but I just don't believe that the looting was necessary. That's just personal.
I could say I agree with that for the most part. For the most part, I don't think I'm not gonna say I disagree with, but I just feel like it's bad practice. For example, I was talking to somebody today, and I asked, if you got a child, right, and they said they want some ice cream, and you say no, then they throw a little temper tantrum. Do you give them what they want instead of throwing a tantrum? That's not the right way to be heard. So I feel like riot is a grown-up temper tantrum. Not saying that it's not justified with all the injustices that's going on, but I don't believe that's the best way to be heard.
I mean, I agree with you.
I just feel like I don't get my point across that way. I don't rant to be heard. You know what I mean? And I'm like, as far as equality and fairness and things like that, I'm not really looking to be equal to anybody. I'm not, and I'm not trying to be above anybody. I don't think I'm better than anybody, but I'm not trying to be a part of any other class. I don't think that's what we should be looking for. And I understand we want police officers to not kill Black people, right? But what are we really doing it for? What are they doing it for? Like, that's what I really don't understand either.
Seems like they're doing it for.
You talking about the protests and riots?
Yeah, like, what is the goal? What is the objective?
Police reform.
Okay.
I seen.
So the problem is police. It's not racism.
It's both.
The media, how I see it is media, like big media, is making it seem like it's racism. But when you actually look like at the people that's recording and the things that's going on, it's more about the government versus the lower class citizens. The lower class citizens happen to be minorities. So,
I mean, I definitely want to hear E's opinion on this. But one of the things that I doing my own research and learning things, there was a book called The New Jim Crow by, I think, Michelle Alexander, and she was talking about how the old Jim Crow is done away, but there's a new version of Jim Crow. So there's a new ways to really enforce laws on minorities, especially mainly Blacks, right? Before Jim Crow, we had the Black Codes. The Black Codes, one of the and I wish I had the time, the exact date, but I do know the Black Codes were before Jim Crow. And one of the rules that was disgusting was that a Black man and a Black woman, they could not show public affection. They could not hold hands. They could not kiss each other. They could, even if they were married, man. Like, it's crazy. But then Jim Crow came out with their laws and I'm acting like Jim Crow's a real person. But then the Jim Crow rules came out, and it was devastating.
But that, even at that point you just said, people don't even know what Jim Crow is or what Jim Crow stood for.
Yeah, Jim Crow. And Nick, you got to edit this out because my what's funny is my girl, she just called me on Skype and I had to decline it. She gonna be like, "What you declined me for?"
You good, brother. You
But
don't have to even say that. Just
but anyway, um, so yeah, so all right, so what it was, the Jim Crow was laws to keep blacks in their place, right? So and so were the black codes, but black codes now the black codes transform into the Jim Crow. Both were laws designed to keep blacks in their oppressed in their positions, of being lower or staying in a position of inferiority. Um, so with that being said, now when you look at police and Michelle Alexander's book, The New Jim Crow, when you look at how she explains how there's a drug war that was going on, but that's how they're putting and still oppressing blacks by setting them up with drugs, uh, saying, look, you're going to prison for a minor offense for 12 years when somebody else could do the same thing and they'll get a slap on the wrist. It's crazy. And I think that a
So
lot
what's
of this.
so what are the riots for?
So the riots are people are tired of. I believe that the people are tired. Blacks, minorities. We're tired of.
Of
We're tired of not being heard. We're tired of 400
talking to the
years.
wrong person then.
Yeah, but 400 years though. When you think about it, 400 years. If all we
Talking
can
to the
do,
wrong person.
some people, but some people look. They talk like it's like this. You vote for people in power. They understand what's going on. They see people being shot. They see people. Look at Trayvon Martin. We'll use him for example. Trayvon Martin. He got killed. The evidence. Any person in their right mind can see. Hey, man, this guy. He was unarmed. He didn't have a weapon or anything. Everybody knows that he got away with murder, right? Everybody, president seen this. Even everybody, and even before that, you had Rodney King. You have all these people, and you have people in higher positions. They have the option to change these laws. They have the power to. Forget the option. They have the power to do it, but they're not doing it. Why? It's like stuff is going on, but you change the other. You look the other way. Why? You got people who. I mean, if you have people that can go into a church, or a person that can go into a church, start popping off rounds and killing people, and come out handcuffed and go to Burger King and get a burger or a Happy Meal, whatever you want to call it, right? But then you got people who doing minor offenses getting shot and killed. I mean, that's absurd, and people are tired of it, and that's why the riots are coming out, because there's madness. It. I don't agree with the riots, but the thing is, you get tired of it. You get so tired of it, and you just become the person you're at your lowest point. I think people are getting to their lowest point. They're not
So
holding up they're tired of saying, look, I'm gonna just keep praying for that for this to stop.
what I'm tired of more than that is the
Mhm.
I'm not even gonna say black on black, but to say minority on minority crime. I'm more upset with that, to be honest. Like another thing, I'm gonna tell you what I said to somebody today. I'm gonna use another analogy. If you have a sibling, right, or any friend, anybody you close to, and you talk bad about them to somebody else, right? That other person, what are they going to eventually do? Talk bad about that person because you started it. If they know you love this person, right, and you care for this person, you can say something bad about them. Eventually, they're gonna be like, yeah. They're gonna start saying the very thing that you were saying about them because you opened up that conversation to them. So they don't love us. They always gonna feel the way they feel about us because we don't love one another. We don't love ourselves. And so that, to me, that's where we should be looking at first. That's the main problem. You don't agree?
No.
Elaborate.
So I'll take it back to what Fonz talking about with Jim Crow. So do y'all know who Jim Crow was, or like an idea?
Yeah.
All right. So to further break the point down, Jim Crow was a white man in blackface that portrayed pretty much a dumb black person or a slave. So if you if you think about it, he was entertaining these white folks. So I mean, their ideal of what a black person was, which like you just said, would be they're dumb, they don't know what they're doing, they're here to entertain us, which is probably modern day athletes. They
Accurate.
just act. Yeah, anybody in the entertainment business is pretty
Everybody
much
that most black, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of the people today
successful. Yeah,
glorify.
yeah, for sure. So
Black
a
people.
lot of the so with the minority on minority, it's more so the people in your neighborhood are the people that you're going to have a problem with, regardless of where you live. So it doesn't matter. You live in a white neighborhood, you're going for white people. In a neighborhood, you're going to be for people. Latinos, you're going to be for Latinos. Like, so if I go to another neighborhood and I pick a fight with you, I don't belong there. I'm black and I'm picking a fight with a white neighbor, like somebody that lives there. That's necessarily, what does that mean? If a police officer is white and he's coming into a black neighborhood to solve a problem and he kills that person, that doesn't necessarily mean that there's no quarrel between that neighborhood, but that white person killed that other race. So it's always going to be you're going to be around who you live with. So I mean, if you grow up in a black neighborhood and you grow up around white people, black people, Hispanic people, you're gonna understand like, all right, people live different ways and that is what it is. But if you live in a neighborhood that you don't necessarily feel like you have to educate yourself, you're always going to be at a disadvantage and you're always going to think people are a threat because that's not who you grew up with. That's not who you know. That's not who you could put yourself in their position. So that's where I disagree with the whole minorities. I mean, yeah, of course, people beef in the hood all the time, and it's the hood. Like that's a regular thing.
But it shouldn't be regular though.
It shouldn't, but if that's the neighborhood, that's who you're going to have a problem with.
I agree with Nike in a sense because if you love your neighbor, ain't no way somebody else is going to talk about your neighbor.
They're not gonna harm them. You ain't gonna allow it.
You're not going to allow somebody to talk. If somebody talking bad about Nike,
You allow it.
I'm not going to allow it.
That's how it's supposed to be.
That's my brother. I'm not going to let somebody talk about my brother
Mm-hmm.
in a bad way.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope it's vice versa. You know what I'm saying?
Want it.
So I agree with that. I completely agree with that.
I want. Are you good, Nick? So
I do have a problem.
what's
I
up?
heard this out. While
He was talking. It got choppy. He froze up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So did that happen to you, Fonz?
Nah. Well, yeah. I seen him. Yeah, he was frozen on mine.
Are you recording? Or no?
No, I'm not recording.
All right, cool. All right, I'll see what I can do. But go ahead. Let's start this back up.
But with the black on black crime and everything, I truly believe that again, it stems from self-hatred. It stems from it stems from generational slavery, generation after generation after generation, post-traumatic slave syndrome. She's a therapist. She has a PhD. And she's a doctor, psychologist, excuse me. So her name is Dr. Dr. Joy DeGruy, and she explains through her book post-traumatic slave syndrome that from generation from generation, when you go, especially through slavery, and you don't get help for it, what happens is it's going to be passed down from generation to generation. And the thing is, we during slavery we had to fight each other. We have watched our wives raped. We have watched our friends forced, to rape our wives, our children, because that's what they did back in those times too. Slave masters have done that. Then we have seen our ancestors have seen masculine men be emasculated by slave masters by even raping them. And then you have boxing. There were boxing matches back then where they would put a bag or sometimes without a bag and box each other. We would box each other for food to sometimes the death. And there also was the colorism, you know, lights inside the house. If you light out and dark outside, you're outside the house. Um, so there's a lot of things that, and that's when that self-hatred, I believe, stems from slavery. And the minute when it looks like a fellow black person is doing better than somebody else, we had the crabs in the barrel mentality, because we understand that injustice for us have been here for years. It doesn't matter if Obama was in the White House. We have the first black president. It doesn't matter if you have black millionaires around here doing whatever. LeBron got spray painted nigger on his house. You know what I'm saying? You got other people being Tyler Perry got harassed out of his car and put on the ground and everything, and he said, "Oh, that's never going to happen again." I have certain friends that are well-to-do, and they get harassed by cops. It don't matter. And the thing is that self-hatred, the only way we can get rid of that self-hatred is if we really know more about ourselves and our history. If we really truly understood our history the way we're supposed to understand our history, we'll say, listen, we got to break this generational curse. Because if you look at it, we are the number one consumers. We buy a lot of name brands. We are the best basketball player, the athletes almost in the world. Okay. And that's no disrespect to other ethnic groups, but the thing is, look at the demographic of sports and certain sports, basketball, football, those two alone.
Coming to hockey too. Don't forget, we coming to hockey.
Hockey.
We already got golf on lock.
So
we got baseball. Nobody watch it, but we got it.
It's like they the highest paid though, so they got something going for them.
But see, I feel I understand all those things that you're saying, but that's why I believe that men, people that think they're men, think that physicality is what makes you a man. I could lift this, you know what I mean? My physique is like that, you know, I could run as fast, you know what I mean? And that's cool and all, but we need more mentors, man. And because we got these people that are making millions of dollars to be politically correct, they really don't get into politics too much. They try to shy away from it until things like this happen. Then they get on the bandwagon just so they could look like they are part of something. But in all reality, they not really in the field the way that they portray.
You know why? Because everybody's scared to get canceled. Society
exactly
sensitive and so quick to cancel out somebody without even hearing their point of view or understanding their side, without even talking. Just a regular conversation to understand where somebody is coming from can go a long way. People don't even do that. People just quick to judge. Oh,
yeah.
I can't even. Oh man.
Kaepernick.
No, people wasn't coming to my man defense like they should.
Nah, only one person.
You feel me? But like you said, nobody wanted to be canceled. And it's power in numbers, man. Every time I bring up that we should be unified, the conversation always shifts. Oh yeah, I get it, but they, and they bring up, like Fonz brought up all the history from back in the day. But when do we say, look, we're not there no more? We can make a change today. If we're smart enough to talk about it, if we're smart enough to know we come from somewhere, right? We know we here. We know we came from some sort of higher being, right? I don't know everybody's religion, right? That's gonna be viewing, but we know we come from something. If we're smart enough to know about the past, PTSD, things like that, right? All this trauma, then we can be smart enough to move forward and see what the problem really is.
Which is why I don't knock these riots. I'm cool with the riots. Everybody is unified. Like everybody's going face.
Without really knowing the facts, though.
Yeah, but that's what you got to educate yourself. You got to educate yourself regardless of the
before you go out there and risk your life, man.
Facts, for sure.
Because,
like you said, I can't sit there and tell everybody, oh, while we're here, everybody, we're all doing this because of this, that, and the other. Like, nah, I can't do that. You got to know why you out here. You got to know the risk that you take by being out here.
Right.
So I think I might have asked y'all this before. Were they out there for George Floyd?
Yeah.
Or it was everything else? Probably a mixture. Probably a little bit of both.
You always gonna have a mixture, regardless of whatever you go for or fight towards. You're always gonna have people that are for the cause and people that defer away from it, or people that have personal gain.
I think in Indianapolis, it was directly for George Floyd. Everywhere else, it was because people were tired.
I think
it was history. All 50 states protested.
Listen, you got people.
Rico protested.
Look, man, you got
Dominican Republic protested.
You got people all over. People in Germany were protesting and stuff. They were tired of it.
It's everywhere, man. Because racism is everywhere. They don't just stop here. They don't just start here.
So I'm gonna tell you why I'm a part of the problem myself, because one thing we said we were gonna talk about, right, was like Biden and things like that, the election and all those things. To be honest, I can't speak much about it. I hear him talk. I see, he's saying all the right things, all the right times, which makes sense. Mm-hmm. I can't. It's hard to tell, how real somebody is when it's the opportune time to speak that way.
Politicians are the best job interviewers.
You know what I'm saying? They know they set up for this. And when you got somebody like Trump that is easy to beat when he say all these dumb things around this time, you know what I mean? When he's the only person being insensitive, it's easy to beat a man like that. But
go ahead.
I don't know anything about the mayors. I can't. I ain't gonna lie, man. I saw them. I was in Pennsauken at a wedding, and the mayor was marrying the couple. I didn't even know he was the mayor of Pennsauken.
That happened to me too.
I don't know these people, man. I don't know the mayors in New Jersey. I don't know
They said if you want your community to get better, vote for your community, because the president is not going to directly affect your community.
Exactly.
You got to vote.
But
you got to vote.
People ain't doing that. They wait till the big election and they Democrat, or whatever they are.
But that's what I'm saying. You got to educate yourself. I can't speak for the next man. You feel me? Like that's not my job, and I never will be. But I can tell you, you got to go vote. Like that's all I can tell you. That's it.
People used to doing what they always have been.
The thing I'm gonna say is, don't vote Democrat or Republican or whatever just because your boy, your friend, your girlfriend, your mom, your uncle is a Democrat.
Just like religion, man.
Educate yourself. Learn about Joe Biden. Learn about Trump. Learn about any of these
stands for what
classes. You have to. You can't just go out there and vote for somebody, and then when something mess up, it's that person's fault. It's your fault too. You put them there. You gotta educate yourself. People don't do enough education. Like I asked them, I said, "Who you voting for?" They said Joe Biden. I said, "Why?" They said, "Because it's not Trump." That's not a good enough reason. That's not a good enough reason, because you never know who's gonna put that man in that seat, and he's gonna be worse than the last man in that seat. I'm not saying, whatever. Just go.
No, I know what you. Nah, I'm with it. I believe that. Yeah, just have a reason. There's a reason for everything. Yeah. One thing I also wanted to say was bring up all lives matter. When somebody says that, has anybody said that to any of y'all? Because I seen that today in my feed, and somebody was saying all lives matter. They were saying Black lives matter, all lives matter. We're all this, and I'm just like, listen, we're not talking about all lives. We know that. We talking about specific people that are getting killed who are Black.
It's hard, man. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't understand that. What can't you get clear that we
all right. So all right, I'm
talking about all lives matter. How do you feel?
Welcome back to Earth, Foz. Welcome back to Earth, man.
How do you feel? Thank you. How do you feel when somebody talks about all lives matter when we're talking about Black lives matter? And have y'all ever come into contact with anybody saying all lives matter on social media or in person?
No, but what does Black Lives Matter mean? I know I always have questions. I'm a question person. Like, what does Black Lives Matter mean? Does it mean Nick don't matter?
No, it don't mean that.
But I'm trying to. But we're not talking about Nick right now. But he in the minority though.
You know what I'm saying?
Nick is black.
No entienden. No entiendo,
Like,
man.
I mean, nah.
Nick is black. Nick Puerto Rican. He black.
That's not that. Is
Listen,
that what everybody gets from that? When everybody, I know some black people, right, that don't even like when anybody that's Spanish use the N-word because they come from a predominantly black neighborhood or black, black middle class people that's doing pretty good. So they're not around other, like minorities, like I grew up around. So to me, yeah, Nick, that's my brother. Somebody else might be like, hold up, nah, he ain't black.
look,
So you saying my brother don't matter?
but but look though, the thing is, we talking about black lives that are
But
we.
But Nick has had problems too with law enforcement.
I get that. I understand that.
But he don't matter.
He does matter. Listen, he does matter.
But it's not right now.
But we're focusing on people that are black. Like
You
we
see what I'm saying?
like,
I don't really all the way agree with that.
I do have a question. So I'm considered, all right, so Puerto Ricans, for y'all don't know, we're Spaniard, Black, African, and Taino Indians.
Yeah. Yep.
That's our culture.
I was gonna
So
send you a
people don't
post like that too.
For people that don't understand, that's what we are.
Yeah.
So when people say we're not black, technically we are. I have family members, like blood family members, that are dark, like dark, black. Then I have family members that are white, like pale white.
Okay.
Like you see my mom and my dad, like, So I'm tan. I'm in the middle.
Nick, you matter.
There's a lot of black people.
Nick,
So
you matter.
So Billy don't matter.
Huh?
Nick matters.
So Billy don't matter.
There's a lot of people that see me and won't see me as a black man. A lot of black people that see me and won't see me as a black man. A lot of white people that see me and won't see me as a white man. I'm a Hispanic.
Listen, I agree with you.
But black people have a problem. Black people do have a problem if I disagree with them about something, about a black matter, they be like, oh, you're not black.
You ain't black enough.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, you're not black. But if I do agree with him, oh yeah, he black. That's my brother.
Well,
so
that's on people. I mean, it depends on the person.
But we talking about people.
Well, listen, black. If all right, so let's say this: if we talking about Black Lives Matter, then yes, Nick would matter. Black people matter. If you got black blood in your veins,
can I keep it 100? Billy mattered to me too. So do Becky. I ain't gonna lie to you.
How about
listen? But that's just the kind of person that I am.
They matter.
I'm gonna give this shirt off the back to anybody in need, not just because you black.
I get that.
Hold up. Let me break it down. Hold on.
Please break it down because I'm still going to deliver it the same way.
I got to get ready for this.
Let me break it down.
Yo, Nike, let me get the chip, bro.
Yeah, you might need a snack for this because I ain't. All right, so you're saying that Billy matter, of course, cool. So I'm gonna tell you like this. So there's a whole bunch of different posts that are debating the whole all lives matter versus Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
Cool. So one of the posts is, so if your house gets on fire,
okay, talk to me,
and you call 911.
Mm-hmm. But they coming to first.
You pull up, and your house is on fire. I'm in your same neighborhood. I live right next to you.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stop them and say, hold up, my house on you got to get my house too. Like my house not on fire right now though, but your house is. Mm-hmm. That's all lives matter in a short, confined sense. Like, yeah, your house still is cool, but your house not on fire right now. I called the people that could take care of my house being on fire.
I get what you're saying.
So that's.
I get what you're saying, that right now the people in the house are on fire, the black people. I understand that analogy to the fullest, but I still don't stop the fact that all lives matter though.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, your house is more important right now because your house is on fire. It's not saying my house is any less important, but your house is on fire right now, so I'm going to take care of that.
So I'm gonna go. All right, go ahead, Nick. You ain't saying nothing. No, go ahead.
I completely agree with A. Right now isn't about all lives. All lives matter. Everybody in this world matter. I'm not better than nobody. You're not better than nobody. Nobody's better than nobody. All lives matter. But when it comes down to this circumstance, it's about Black lives that matter.
All right, so we go back to what we just spoke about not too long ago. Nick said, as far like I think we talked about the whole neighbor thing, right? We go back to neighbors. If you got a neighbor and you speak good about your neighbor, you ain't gonna let nobody talk bad about your neighbor. So whether your neighbor is white, black, brown, yellow, whatever, that's your neighbor. You show them love. That love should be reciprocated. That's
But
normally how.
that's no, it's not normal. You're making it normal, but that doesn't mean that it is normal. You got to understand, you putting yourself in a position where how you think how people are going to handle it, not how the whole world is.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you me.
Yeah,
I love my neighbor. I can meet somebody today, and I love you. They be like, "What, you don't even know me like that?" But I love you though, and I don't care what you look like.
But that's you, and that's great, and that's beautiful.
So I'm talking about me. So if somebody be like, "Oh, what he mean all black? He black, da 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 da." Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'll probably do more for people in your own community before you do it for them. You know what I mean? It's just I hate how everybody quick to ride the wave. Black Lives Matter, and that's fine, and we do matter. But you need to be showing love to your neighbor on the daily too. People be so quick to love on all these people that they don't know, all these entertainers, things like that. But it be your people that be right beside you that you can't do anything for, that you don't want to see that you don't want to see make it to the next level.
Because that's self-hatred. That's self-hatred right there.
All right. So so we keep going back to us again. So look, it keep coming back to us, but then we keep looking out at everybody else and say hi, bro.
But the whole thing is
well, right now, hold on, follow. Right now, what you're doing is you're bringing everybody in to this one thing. So you're talking about it's coming back to us, but right now you're bringing everybody to us.
You're making it about everybody.
You're making it about it. You know what I'm saying? So I completely understand what you're saying. Show love to your neighbor. And you should love everybody. If you believe in the Bible, that's what the Bible teaches
you.
Yeah. But right now, back to E's point, the house that is on fire is the Black house. It's not the white house. It's not the Hispanic house. It's not the Asian house. It's,
It's the Black house that's on fire.
Hopefully this makes sense too. That's like we going to Chick-fil-A, right? We all at Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is having one of them sales. Let's say you buy one sandwich, get another for one free. Everybody's enjoying themselves and everything. Everybody got the Chick-fil-A sauce, putting it on their sandwiches, and then out of nowhere,
you go from Popeyes to Chick-fil-A.
Out of nowhere,
mindset.
Right? Out of nowhere, somebody comes into Chick-fil-A and says, "What about Burger King sandwich?" We're like, we're not talking about Burger King. We talking about Chick-fil-A. That's what I don't understand. What's the point of us? We talking about, look, there's been people that look like us that keep getting their ass beat and killed by cops. Yes, we kill each other, but we understand why, in a sense.
Okay.
There are people that have psychological issues, but that's not an excuse, right? That's not an excuse. Then you have people that have, and I definitely want to hear your opinion, Knight.
Go ahead.
But then we have people, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have people who hate themselves because
where they come from.
It's their environment, the lack of education. You got the lack of education. You're ignorant. There's so narcissism too. You got people. You got all of this stuff in here, and the thing is, it's just like when you see certain celebrities. I know when I was younger, speaking for myself, when I seen people like having the Range Rovers and all this stuff, I'm like, man, that's cool, that's nice. And sometimes you be like, you want to be happy for them, but then when you see that in person, and you see that person, and then that person like acts stuck up or whatever the case is, then you start hating on them. Then you're like, oh man, I don't like I was happy for you, but I don't want to be happy for you anymore because of your attitude. And then there's some people who just hate. I think Floyd Mayweather was just like, look, it's either going to motivate you or you just going to become a hater, right? So the thing is, some people, it's ultimately it gets to that point. you
perception.
are you either gonna be like, yo, that's my brother. I understand that, we got to do better. We got to do this. You have to pick a choice. But the thing is, again, if we realize that we were taught to hate ourselves, we were taught to hate ourselves. Why would we bleach our skin? Why would we bleach our skin?
I love my skin.
It's all about who raises you and who you're around too.
Yeah,
I was raised in the hood.
That also influences.
I know people that hate themselves. I still love myself. I know people that sell drugs. I ain't sell drugs.
Well,
I know people that hate. I never been a hater.
You have a weight, but it's very rare though. It's very rare for somebody to just.
That's the things that you should be. That's the things that you should be teaching and instilling in people that you care about.
Yeah. Instead of letting those people hate themselves, you gotta teach them how to love themselves.
Absolutely, but the best way to do that is to love yourself.
Exactly.
I went out my way for people plenty of times, but people don't want to hear what they don't. People hate to be preached to. So end of the day, you know what I mean? This platform is perfect to talk about things, but I can't just preach to people because people don't want to hear that. But what I'm going to do is be the best me. And if you want, you know what I mean? If you want to ask me a couple of questions, I'm going to give it to you. I'm never going to hide information from people that I love. Never that. But me growing up where I grew up around, in the neighborhood and the people that I grew up around, I see that it's really one train of thought. And I get it. I just never been the kind of person I just didn't agree. I wasn't always trying to go against the grain, but I had my own opinion. And I love all people. Yeah, I understand Black lives. I'm a Black person. I understand, but I'm also the kind of person that really don't look for handouts. I'm not looking for the government to save me. I'm looking to, I've tried to start plenty of things, and we're doing this right now with other people, like other things with people, right? And it seemed like I was never established enough to start from the bottom, from the ground up. It's people that want to see you have some type of notoriety already before they even can get on board with you. Mm-hmm. I'm the kind of person I want to work with you from the ground up. I want to build with you no matter where you come from. That's just the love that I have. And I tell you this too. I don't speak Spanish. I don't speak Chinese, anything like that. But I do say I'm bilingual. The reason why I say I'm bilingual is because I speak the language of love, which is universal. I meet people from all different walks of life, all different nationalities, things like that, right? And at the end of the day, it's always love because that's what I give forward, always. So it's hard for me to just say that because I've met Black people that I don't care for, not because I didn't show them love, but because my presence, I can tell people don't like it. They don't like my positivity. They don't like what I stand for. I don't agree with what they agree with. They don't want to be around me. Then you're not one of my favorite people to be around, and they might be Black, right? But I bring up about George Floyd. I asked y'all before, unrecorded. Will people still be, if he was alive, would they have the same love for him as they do when he's gone? Nope. And that's what I just don't agree with, is that we are so quick to unify after a death. I show love during the living. No, I'm not like that. But that's the thing. That's what separates me, and that's why I can say what I say, because I show love when people are living.
See, but the whole situation is not, I don't want to say it like this, but it's not about.
It got to be said. It got to be said.
Like, it's not about you. You understand? No. I understand what you're saying. It starts with me. It starts with you. It starts with me loving you, me loving the next person, me loving.
Exactly.
It starts with us loving each other, and I understand that.
Okay.
But right now, everything that's going on is about why is the government not loving us?
So can I give you another analogy?
Go ahead.
Now let's say
first.
Hold on. Let's connect them.
Hold up. Hello?
Let me give you one first now. Let me ask you a question.
Listen, please.
Let me just ask you a question.
Go ahead.
All right. So you asked if he died, do you think that we would be receiving him how he is now, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that if he died of natural causes, you don't think that he would get this, you don't think he would get love? Like, you don't think, like, if anybody dies, you don't think they'll get?
Bro.
From his people? But a lot of times it's like that, though.
Oh, okay. So you
I just
understand that
saw him.
part.
I just saw him yesterday.
So you understand that
He was
aspect
my
of it, then,
man from
right?
ninth grade. Yeah.
So it's different when that life is taken. When that life is taken, it's a totally different outlook.
I understand that.
So and if his life has been taken, you got to realize, all right. So think about all the people that have died from breast cancer. So they have a whole month dedicated towards that. They have, you know what I'm saying? They have walks, they have pledges and things like that.
Well, I'm not against the love.
So that's what I'm saying. But you got to understand, like, if a life is taken like that, it's going to hit totally different than just somebody passing.
Okay. It's a lot harder watching a 8-minute and 45-second video of a cop choking out a black man than if that man would have died from natural causes.
I understand that. I do. I do. It's unfortunate. It's very sad to watch. It is. It is. But can I get my point out? I really have to get this point out, please. All right. Hypothetically speaking, I'm one of 10 children, right? One of 10. My parents don't allow me to go out much other than school. So who are you gonna play with? Your siblings, right? You got 9 other brothers and sisters around the house you're gonna play with, right?
Yep.
So we have our own community within the household, right? We play with each other. We don't know about other people. Now, people that around the corner, right, that know of my family, my siblings, are talking bad about us, right? They have no love for us. Do it really matter as much what people say about you when you got love of 9 other people that's in your household?
No.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is,
it still plays on your mind, though.
It really at the end of the day, I'm gonna tell you,
as a human, it would play in your mind. You'll still be like, oh, well, they think this about me because I'm not doing whatever. But that's what I'm saying. You're putting yourself as.
But I have to. I can only speak about me. I can't speak.
If you love, you should be able to put it through anybody. It shouldn't just be just your circumstance. You feel me?
But I have to speak on how I would do things. I can't do it no other way. And I'm empathetic all the time. I get it. I'm not saying I don't understand the origin of the frustration. I get it. But I'm just trying to give a different perspective in the way that I feel, the way I think. The reason why I've been so confident is because, yes, growing up, people have said encouraging things to me. So if somebody says something negative to me, I don't care. It don't matter to me. The people that's right here beside me is who I build with. I don't care. It doesn't matter. So what I'm saying is, I get we talk about the government, but let's build small and let's work our way up. So that way we have more people that look like us that are police officers. That way, when you let's say you get put over by a cop, Nick, that's you. That's, you know what I mean? Fonz, that's you. Whatever. Man, they'll have that. They'll be able to have a regular conversation with you, and you can plead your case without feeling getting offended and feeling like you are feeling like a victim.
If the world was like that, we would never have these situations.
But it starts like you. I understand, but it starts from the bottom. But nobody want to get what I'm saying. It starts from the bottom. Can we build? Can we build?
I completely understand what you're saying, but like I said,
I want to build with y'all.
It's forced.
You and you and you and you. I want to build.
This is our first episode.
Let me get a hug.
Right now.
Let me get a hug.
What's up?
You ain't got to be a millionaire. You ain't got to have all this going on. I want to build with you.
You ain't got a lot to kick it with.
Black lives do matter. Yes, absolutely. I love being black, and I understand the hardship that come with being black. You think people can call me dark back in the day? Man, I love being dark. Man, I lick my lips real quick. You feel me? You feel me? I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I don't care.
Look.
You know what I mean? I don't care. You know what I mean? I embrace what I am. It's going to be people that love you. It's going to be people that don't. That's fine.
I understand.
But at the end of the day, I feel so secure when I got a team around me. And that's the reason why I moved the way I moved today. I don't hang with a lot of people. I don't be with a lot of people all the time. Y'all my brothers, right? And I'm really barely around y'all all the time. But I know I got a solid foundation. I feel good. You can't move me. we feel the way we feel when we look at the government because we are not cohesive. That's the problem. I understand, but we are not cohesive as a people, man.
But I think
Telling you,
I think it's getting to that point after this death because I think
man.
what happened is that
People going back to work, man. I hope they don't change. People going back to work though.
listen,
People had time.
listen, they going back to work, but the
They
thing
had
is,
time too. So I'm just hoping they don't change. Keep that same energy.
I mean,
I'm asking Maya for a hug tomorrow.
I mean, if you
They're not gonna give it to you unless you got a mask on.
yeah,
They was out there without masks.
they gonna sanitize your ass.
Big corona was spreading. Out there without masks, man. I'm just saying, can I get a hug? You know what I mean? Like,
listen, man, I get it, and I
we
understand.
gonna title this free hugs because I'm always with the hugs.
yo, listen, man. I'm just trying to say it, man. Like, don't love me when I'm dead, man. Don't be. I promise you, I've so many people don't want to bang with me that I love. I'm not saying they don't want to bang with me, but I'm not the first to go-to guy for the most part because I keep it 100. I'm not always gonna say what everybody else say, but when things get real, yo, man, I know I could talk to you, man. I'm going to give you love first. That's what I do, man.
I respect that.
Yes. So I can only speak how I would be, and that's the only way I can change. Martin Luther King, I had a conversation about Martin Luther King, right? Was he doing it for everybody else? Yes, everyone was a part of his dream. But at the end of the day, he was being himself. Malcolm X was a different person. They were being two different people
In the same
right?
time.
At the same time, I can only be me. Some people might not agree with me, and that's fine, man. But in the day, I still give you a hug. I'm still gonna love you.
I'm gonna say something about your point though. You can't. You needed one, and you needed the other. So, just like everything that's going on, you need that peaceful, and sometimes you need that rowdy.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not really, like I said, I'm not really about that, man. I feel like there's no need to be rowdy, but like I said, it's strength in numbers. So if the reason why we are so out the loop is because we're not connected, and that's because we aren't where we're supposed to be professionally, in my opinion. If we had more business owners, we had more policemen. It's a stigma of police officers in the hood. It's been police songs, people saying "F the cops," things like that, right? Why is it such a stigma surrounding law enforcement in the hood? Well, for the most part, because we trying to do illegal things. If you want to try to do anything illegal, you wouldn't care about the cops being around. Because when I see cops, I think you're trying to protect me, to be honest with you.
I agree and disagree because
I've been pulled over for reasons I shouldn't be also. I get it. I understand. But I still respect what they're there for.
But I think when you look at the crime and you look at the brutality and you look at the incidents that happen, they do go for the lower income. They go to the hood. They go down there because they know they can get away with it. There was an
Absolutely.
Yeah, there was an Instagram post and there was a bunch of officers, former officers, and they were explaining. They were like, "Yeah, when it's almost the end of that month, they gotta go get that quota. They going through they're going looking for blacks and Latinos. They're looking for they're looking for people in those type of environments in those neighborhoods."
Uncle Tom statement. Big Uncle Tom statement right here. But question I'll put. Big Uncle Tom statement. We don't give them a reason.
We do give them a reason, but
Not all the time.
But the thing is,
no, not all the time. But what I'm saying is, when we're not loving one another, we're not bringing each other up. But we not. I'm just talking about the hood. I'm talking about what I seen in the hood.
Uh-huh.
That you tell somebody you work in a regular job, if you're not doing something that people look at that can make it and be pretty much like a star, something in let's say music, anything in entertainment.
Entertainment is the main thing. Yeah.
If you're not doing that, you working a 9 to 5. You're not looked at at the same regard as the other person. You're like, oh yeah, he getting by.
But another thing we gotta add though, and I know we don't have we getting close to time, but another thing that we would have to add is systematic racism. We have to add that systematic systems put in place, lower income put in place for these people, just like how the ghettos were for Jewish people. They were built specifically for Jewish people, and then you have blacks going into those same ghettos or that same infrastructure. So, and they're put there, and then the projects. You know what I'm saying? Like they're there. Why are blacks? A lot of blacks in those projects. Why are a lot of
disadvantages.
why are a lot of black people on
Disadvantage.
welfare? Why? Because you keep in a certain people. Why
I know
is
people
there
that
even a why is there even a class system?
I know
You know
people
what I'm
that
saying?
want to stay on welfare.
When you think,
That's
not
true.
all the
I know.
time.
I know. Fine. I'm talking
Well,
about. I'm speaking. I'm speaking from really. I'm not speaking from things that I think I know. I know people that don't want to go get another job, make money because they're gonna lose their wick or stuff like that. They don't want to lose the assistance. People get so dependent on. They love it. Oh, I get the help. Nah, man, go out there and get it on your own, man. And I sound like a big, like I said, me being black, I would never get any love for saying these things because like, oh, what you mean? Why you saying that, man? You ain't, man, you ain't real. You ain't from, whatever, man. I'm gonna keep it with 100, man. We gotta work hard.
I
Nothing has
be
been given. You have to earn whatever you get in this world.
I got to be real with you though. I think that yes, if there were more people like you in a sense of having a coach mentality and say, "Listen, we better than this, and I'm willing to help you." Yes, we'll start making change. But there are people like
People
that.
don't want help, man. Could
They,
help to me, help with information.
well, the thing is, it's like
They
this.
they want a handout.
Listen, if there were
But where you work at, you gonna give me a job, man.
if there were people who were serious enough to say, look, I'm trying to get out of my situation right now. I'm sick and tired, just like how we were sick and tired with the last killing, right? With George Floyd. And then you had Breonna Taylor, and then you had other people too, Ahmaud. You have all those people and undocumented people, right? You get tired of it. And now you see people protesting. Now you see there's people protesting two different, they came together at an intersection and ran to each other. I never seen so much love in my life. I said, is this real? You know what I'm saying?
Love the
So
love.
so that was real love, that people are coming together now because now they're really seeing what people been trying to tell them. It's kind of like you trying to tell you were the boy who cried wolf, but you really are not. You're not lying. Like you were saying, look, there really is that wolf there, and now people saw the tail. Like they saw the tail, they saw the teeth, they saw the whole damn wolf. Now people are starting to come together. But the thing is, they need more coaches. They need more coaches like you. People willing to say, look, we could do better. Let's work. But the
Love
thing
y'all,
is,
man.
they got to be willing though. You got to be willing
I love them, man. I'm trying to tell y'all,
because
man. I
I
love
agree
y'all.
with it. I can't help you. I agree with you, Nike. In so many words, you say I can't help you if you ain't gonna help yourself.
I'm not.
You
I'm
can't.
not.
You can't do it. But real quick, anybody got any last words?
Yes. Yes, I do. I
Go ahead,
love
Nike.
y'all, man.
We
I
got
really do. Like I'm not. Hey, look, man. I'm breaking bread with y'all. But how you show somebody you care about and you break bread when we breaking bread with y'all tonight? You know what I mean? So we want to invite y'all to our family when we show love. You know what I mean? No matter the color, no matter your religion, we want to show love, and hopefully, you know what I mean. You can, here's out.
Enjoy the love.
yeah.
Reciprocated too, man.
Yep.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with hate love too. I ain't worried about it, man.
Oh, hey,
It's
definitely
fine.
love. That's the best kind of love.
It's fine. We got less than a minute.
I just this the first episode, so only get better from here. But
Absolutely.
um, I just want to say that I think love does conquer all. I believe that love conquers all. I think that if we really start focusing on, and my thing is self development. If we all work on ourselves each and every day and understand that it's going to be a forever process, I think we will be a better people. We would have more unity. We would get things right. We would do things a whole different way. And there will be less crime, less violence if we all focus on how to become better as people, as individuals.